Greetings everyone, Garnet Schulhauser here. I am the author of 5 books in the spiritual genre, and all of my books deal with my dialogue and astral travels with my spirit guide Albert, who confronted me on the street one day disguised as a homeless man. If you'd like more information about my books, please go to my website, which is garnetschulhauser.com. Now, with Albert as my tour guide, I traveled on the astral plane to the spirit side, to other places in the universe, other places in our planet. Now, on my astral trips with Albert, I ran into many fascinating places, surprising sights and sounds, many fascinating people who had some words of wisdom to impart to me and to the rest of humanity. So it was an amazing series of trips. And I learned many things on these trips, and I certainly learned a lot about the cycle of reincarnation and where all of us souls fit into this cycle. The cycle of reincarnation is the process where all souls whose natural home is on the spirit side decide to incarnate into a life form on the denser planes like planet Earth to learn and experience things, and then when their physical bodies perish, they return back to the spirit side. This process of incarnating and then returning to the spirit side and then incarnating again has happened to all of us. And all souls have different journeys. Some souls are new to the earth plane, and some have had many lives, dozens and even hundreds of lives on earth. But whether or not you believe in reincarnation, the reality is that all of us have had at least a few lives before this one, before we came into this particular life that we chose for ourselves. So now you may be asking, well, if I've had many other lives on earth, why don't I remember any of them? Well, the answer is quite simple. You don't remember any of your previous lives because if you did, it would overwhelm your current life and be unduly burdensome. And that's because none of us are saints. In some of our lives, we may have inflicted pain and suffering on other people, and the memories of those lives would be kind of overwhelming, and we'd be living with a lot of regret, which would really cloud the path for our current incarnations. As well, there are many lives probably where we were inflicted with pain and suffering, and that those memories would also be very burdensome to us. So it was a very deliberate ploy on the part of the people who orchestrated the cycle of reincarnation, is that we were not allowed to remember our previous lives because we would feel horrible about the pain we may have inflicted on others, and we may have felt really sorry for ourselves about the pain that others inflicted on us. And if we carried around all of these memories in our current lives, we would spend most of our time dealing with the past as opposed to dealing with the present and planning for the future. As well, there may be some of our lives where we had very pleasant, happy lives. And if we remembered those lives, then we would compare those lives to our current life and think, gee, I wish I could go back to that blissful life that I had a long time ago. All of these memories, of course, would detract from what we're supposed to be doing in our current lives. And so the whole plan is that we come incarnate into a new life with a clean slate so that we're not burdened down by any past life baggage. Now, there are some exceptions to this rule. There have been well-documented cases of young children who could suddenly start speaking a language that they've never been exposed to in their current life, or these children may recount details of living in another village, which turns out to be absolutely true in every respect. But these memories are just glimpses only. They don't recount the whole life that they're viewing, and they quickly fade. And so as the children get older, they soon lose their ability to recall glimpses of some of these previous lives. It's also true that occasionally people can get some glimpses of a previous life in a past life regression, which can be conducted by psychics and mediums and hypnotists. But these, again, are just brief glimpses into a past life. You don't get the whole details, and you don't get to see every life. But do not despair if you think that the memories of those previous lives that you've enjoyed on Earth have disappeared. They've only disappeared temporarily while you're living on planet Earth. Once you get back to the spirit side, the details of all of these lives will come back to you, because once you're there on the spirit side, you're much better able to handle the memories that these lives will bring to you, the good and the bad. And so eventually you will regain all of these memories of previous lives, But for the time being, while you're doing a journey in a human body on planet Earth, you're not allowed to access these. And I think that once you return to the spirit side, you'll understand that this was actually a very good program, a very good policy, because it allowed you to more freely live your current incarnation without being burdened by the past. If you'd like to learn more about my astral trips with my spirit guide Albert, you can please access my books and you can read all the stories that I've published so far to date. That's all for now, folks. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And so long for now, and remember, enjoy your journey and keep on dancing.